Used to be Fast and Loud fame of Gas Monkey Garage, but we've moved on to a couple new things.
People recognize him as the bearded genius, the mechanical mastermind responsible for some of the most outrageous builds on Fast and Loud. However, without any notice, Aaron Kaufman vanished. This left fans with numerous questions and sparked rampant rumors. Now the reality of his exit from Fast and Loud and what he has been up to since will amaze you. Join us as we unravel the truth surrounding his exit from Fast and Loud. Aaron Kaufman part ways with Fast and Loud. Fans of the show and the garage were shocked and let down by Aaron's choice. There was a lot of talk about why he was leaving, with the most common theory being a disagreement with Richard Rawling. In the end, Aaron chose to clarify things. He explained that he primarily left Gas Monkey Garage because of creative differences. Kaufman mentioned that they had growing personal issues and professional differences of opinions about what he wanted to create, and the types of projects GMG was taking on for the TV show influenced his decision to part ways with the team. Aaron expressed that he wanted to pursue larger projects that weren't suitable for filming on the show and would require much more time than the filming schedule allowed, while he felt limited by the restricted build opportunities at GMG. As fans of the bearded wonder and custom cars, we can understand that his skills might have been a bit held back in that setting, and we can also see why he chose to leave the team for new opportunities. Fast and Loud aired for 16 seasons filled with smoky, loud, and most importantly, enjoyable moments for viewers, thanks to the cars that came in and out of the GMG shop and the high-energy vibe that led to more than one fiery argument on screen between the bearded star and Rawlings. After leaving GMG, Aaron started his own restomod and fabrication business in Texas called ArcLight Fabrication. ArcLight Fabrication officially opened to the public in late 2017, marking the start of an exciting new chapter in his career where he could finally concentrate on creating custom vehicles without the stress of meeting network deadlines or sacrificing quality to fit air dates. From the beginning, there was a clear vision that drove every project Kaufman took on: to push the limits of innovation and provide unmatched craftsmanship in each build, no matter how long it took to finish. The end result is always worth the wait. Focusing mainly on vintage Ford F-Series trucks, especially those made between 50cc and 70 newton, every vehicle that leaves the workshop is a testament to the dedication to excellence and the commitment to preserving the legacy of these classic cars while also bringing them into the modern age with carefully chosen upgrades and modifications that enhance both performance and aesthetics. Even though the original location moved to a different spot within the city limits, Dallas is still where the main operations are based today. Here, Aaron Kaufman continues to manage daily activities with a carefully selected team of skilled mechanics and fabricators who all share the same passion for perfection. Aaron Kaufman's love for and talent with cars and trucks is impressive on its own. However, what also deserves recognition is that after leaving the TV show and GMG, he didn't just settle for an easy path to social media fame. Instead, he has been pursuing his passion for performance vehicles and restomodding away from the spotlight of Fast and Loud. Another significant milestone in Aaron's career was when he left the Discovery Channel shows and went on to star in two of his own. The first show he starred in was called Shifting Gears with Aaron Kaufman, where he tackled the bigger challenges he had been looking for while working with Rawlings at GMG. In Shifting Gears, he travels across the country with a team of selected mechanics and fabricators, searching for more complex builds to enhance the performance of the vehicles he discovers. Despite receiving positive reviews and good feedback from critics, only 2 seasons have been filmed so far. The second show featuring Aaron is titled Aaron Needs a Job, where he takes part in projects that he isn't specifically trained for, but his enthusiasm and bond with cars and trucks definitely give him an edge. He travels across the USA to connect with the men and women who keep the nation stylishly on the road through new automotive ventures, helping them out while enjoying his love for anything with wheels. Sadly, only 1 season has been filmed so far, consisting of just several episodes. What has been going on with Kaufman left? Let us delve into details about Fast and Loud. Fast and Loud. Fast and Loud was found by Richard Rawlings. He was born in Fort Worth, Texas, in 1969. As a kid, he attended auto shows with his dad and built cars, having bought his first one at just 14 years old. Over the next 6 to 7 years, he graduated from Eastern Hills High School. In 1993, Rawlings tied the knot with Karen K. Grames, but they split up the next year. In 1999, he started a printing and advertising business called Lincoln Press. That same year, he married his second wife, Suzanne Marie Mergel, in Las Vegas, Nevada. They divorced in 2009, but got back together in 2015. On March 11, 2019, Rawlings shared on Twitter that he and Suzanne were separating and filing for divorce. In 2002, Rawlings opened a Gas Monkey garage in Dallas and sold Lincoln Press in 2004. The garage specializes in customizing classic and hot rod cars for clients all over the world. From 2012 to 2020, the business was featured in the Discovery Channel series Fast and Loud. Since 2017, Rawlings has also co-hosted the show Garage Rehab on the Discovery Channel, which focuses on revamping struggling auto shops alongside co-hosts Russell Holmes and Chris Stevens. He pitched the idea to the network around 2015. In 2022, Gas Monkey Garage took on the role of title sponsor for Peter Hickman and FHO Racing during the Isle of Man TT races. In May 2007, Richard Rawlings and his co-pilot Dennis Collins reportedly shattered the 1979 Cannonball Run record for the trip from New York City to Los Angeles, which was 32 hours and 51 minutes. They made a bet with their rival Jay Rika, claiming they could surpass that time in their 2007 Bull Run entry, a black Ferrari 550 that had been modified with additional fuel cells. Their final time was 31 hours and 59 minutes, but there is still a lot of discussion about whether this time is legitimate, as the distances and times don't quite add up. They were the only duo to break the 1975 record set by Rick Klein and Jack May in a Ferrari Dino, since all other competitors either didn't start and finish at the right places or took different routes that didn't align with the original Cannonball runs from the 1970s. Even their personal heroes, Dave Hines and Dave Yarborough, who drove a Jaguar XJS and set the 1979 record, left from Darien, Connecticut instead of Manhattan. In September 2013, Rawlings launched Gas Monkey Bar and Grill in Northwest Dallas, and a second site at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport opened in March 2014. Rawlings expressed interest in establishing a third Texas location outside the Dallas-Fort Worth area. In October 2014, Gas Monkey Live, a venue mainly focused on live music, was inaugurated. Unfortunately, the venue shut down in May 2020. Rawlings then embarked on a new restaurant project called Richard Rawlings Garage. The first location opened in Harker Heights, Texas in 2016, but it permanently closed in March 2019. In 2019, Rawlings licensed the Gas Monkey brand for a series of energy drinks. Fast and Loud is a reality show on the Discovery Channel that features Richard Rawlings and his team from Gas Monkey Garage in Dallas, Texas. They look for old, worn-out cars to fix up and sell for a profit. The first season of the show was a hit. There's also a spin-off called Misfit Garage and another one named Fast and Loud, Demolition Theater, where Richard and some of the crew, along with the people featured in the clips, watch the episodes and share their thoughts. Rawlings and former GMG mechanic Aaron Kaufman were invited to take part in a motorcycle build-off against well-known bike builders like Orange County Choppers, Paul Jr., Designs, and Jesse James. In the end, Rawlings and Kaufman finished second, with Paul Jr. taking first place and James in third. Fast and Loud is made for Discovery by Pilgrim Studios, with Craig Piligian and Eddie Rowetter as executive producers. During episode 1578 of the Joe Rogan Experience, Rawlings confirmed that Fast and Loud had come to an end. The good news is that they are still thriving in Texas and continue to produce some amazing custom builds, with Rawlings still leading the way. Fast and Loud hasn't returned to the screens, and Richard Rawlings, along with his crew, has moved on from the Discovery Channel. Indeed, controversy has played a significant role in establishing Richard Rawlings as a well-known figure in the customs and reality TV scene. He is still a committed mechanic who takes a practical approach to the cars he purchases and sells. Although he might not be as hands-on with his team, he is a savvy businessman who has developed Gas Monkey Garage into a highly popular garage that continues to thrive today. Aaron Kaufman's rise to fame. Aaron Kaufman started out as a mechanic in a small garage in Dallas when he had a lucky encounter with Richard Rawlings, who had founded GMG about 10 years earlier. Rawlings recognized Kaufman's amazing ability to dismantle and reassemble cars in a seemingly magical way. He quickly brought Kaufman on board, and that was the beginning of his career. It's fair to say that due to his talent with vehicles and his on-screen personality, Mr. Kaufman will always have a strong fan following the bearded wonder and his work. Together with Rawlings, Kaufman would travel across the U.S. searching for rusty, abandoned, or broken-down cars found in scrapyards, garages, and fields. They would then restore these vehicles to their former glory, creating truly unique builds that not only revived some of the most worn-out wrecks, but also transformed them into powerful performance machines, stunning works of art, and impressive parade-ready vehicles. Aaron served as a fabricator and lead mechanic at Gas Monkey Garage, and along with the GMG team, they produced some remarkable custom projects. Even though a lot of his personal life is kept under wraps, every fan of Fast and Loud knows exactly who Kaufman is. He was born in Crowley, Texas on January 26, 1982, and for 14 years, leading up to 2017, Kaufman built a huge fan base while working at the well-known Gas Monkey Garage. At the same time, Aaron is a committed, self-motivated individual who learned everything mechanical that he knows today, all by himself. Thanks to his achievements in the entertainment industry, Kaufman also works as an entrepreneur and a media figure. However, there's a lot more to Mr. Kaufman than what most fans realize, and here are some interesting facts about him that not everyone knows. Aaron's dad was a huge car enthusiast, and helping his father might have sparked Kaufman's lifelong passion and love for cars. Even though he dropped out of high school partway through, he was definitely capable of getting A's. He had the ability to take apart things like toys, bicycles, and eventually his first car, a Jeep Cherokee, only to put them back together with incredible accuracy. Doing this over and over again gave him the confidence that has propelled him to how far he had come. Aaron Kaufman has a unique appearance that showcases his enthusiasm and character. He sports a long, thick beard that nearly covers his entire face, earning him the title of the Bearded Wonder. His hair is dark brown and is typically styled in a messy bun. He has brown eyes and puts on glasses when he needs to see clearly, but he often removes them while working on a car. Aaron's fashion sense is laid back and comfy, yet also practical and useful. He likes to wear jeans and t-shirts that can handle the grease and grime of the garage. When it's chilly or he wants to add a splash of color to his look, he sometimes opts for flannel shirts or hoodies. He also enjoys wearing hats or beanies to keep his hair out of his face or to show off his support for his favorite brands or teams. Aaron has been in a relationship with Lauren Moore Knobb since 2013. She works as a personal assistant and producer on various projects. In 2014, she also made an appearance on a show. They share their home with two dogs named Lola and Bastian. They enjoy traveling together and frequently post about their adventures on social media. Their travels have taken them to places like New Zealand, Iceland, Mexico, and Hawaii. Lauren is really supportive of Aaron's career and frequently compliments him on his work ethic and creativity. She also assists him with his business and goes with him to car events and shows. Even though Aaron Kaufman and Lauren Moore Knobb have been together for quite a while, they aren't married yet. They appear to be content with their live-in relationship and haven't shared any intentions to get married. Aaron and Lauren exemplify a modern couple who don't adhere to traditional norms of love and marriage. They have their unique approach to their relationship, valuing each other's individuality and freedom. They are not reliant on one another. Instead, they are interdependent. Aaron and Lauren do not have any children at this time. Instead, they have two pets, Lola and Bastian, who they treat like their own kids. Aaron hasn't shown any interest in having kids anytime soon. He appears to be concentrating on his job and his love for cars. He mentioned that he puts in 80 hours a week and hardly has time for anything else. Kaufman went to college where he focused on fabrication work. During this time, Richard Rawlings stumbled upon Kaufman's unique skills while checking out a local garage where Kaufman was employed. At that point, Kaufman had already become a skilled hot rodder, mechanic, and fabricator. The two of them then teamed up to develop Rawlings's Gas Monkey Garage, which was just starting out. Transforming your car to fit into a standard genre in the industry is like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. Kaufman refers to this as adaptive reuse, which demands not just determination, but also creativity and skill. Currently, he is deeply invested in auto rebuilds that would have otherwise ended up in the junkyard. This is the path he has taken while gaining a wealth of experience. At the age of 16, Kaufman got his first Jeep Cherokee, even though it wasn't his ideal car. Lacking formal training in auto mechanics, Kaufman depended on his natural drive to succeed in his endeavors. With the Cherokee at hand, he found the perfect vehicle to tinker with and experiment on. He enjoys taking the whole car apart and putting it back together, either to its original form or even better. However, Kaufman also had a strong passion for wildlife, to the extent that he dreamed of becoming a park ranger. Since being a mechanic wasn't on his radar, he could only picture himself driving a truck through the rugged terrains of the wild. But his passion shifted everything. While working with Rawlings at Gas Monkey Garage, Kaufman faced a lot of pressure from his equally ambitious boss. For example, he was tasked with completing 12 rebuilds in just 24 weeks. This meant Kaufman had to put in over 110 hours a week to meet that goal. Throughout this time, he wanted to approach things at his own pace and connect with his audience. Given his workaholic tendencies, it was no surprise that Kaufman participated in a filming session just 3 days after having surgery in the hospital. He usually doesn't share personal stories, so neither the film director nor the rest of the cast were aware of what Kaufman was dealing with. Besides moving from Fast and Loud to his own show, Shifting Gears, Kaufman also sells Ford's F100 parts at his own shop. Kaufman's ability to juggle multiple roles as both a skilled mechanic and a media figure makes him stand out from other mechanics. According to Comparolist.com, Kaufman earned a solid $50,000 for each episode. Created by Aaron Kaufman during the 4th season of Fast and Loud, this custom 1963 Ford Falcon race car is easily recognizable to many fans. It was also the vehicle Kaufman raced at Pikes Peak in 2016. In 2017, Aaron put the car up for sale on eBay, eventually selling it to a fortunate buyer for $65,000. This car is completely custom-built, featuring a 363Ci Ford Boss V8 engine that generates over 500 HP. While working at Gas Monkey Garage under Rawlings, Kaufman wanted to step out from under the influence of his demanding boss. This desire stemmed from the pressure to work tirelessly on tasks that didn't align with his aspirations. Now, Kaufman is facing a new set of responsibilities with his own show and private shop. He's the boss now. Kaufman is the owner of ArcLight Fabrication, a Dallas-based company that provides aftermarket parts for the Ford F100 pickup. He used to be the lead mechanic at Gas Monkey Garage. He also starred in a one-season TV show called Shifting Gears with Aaron Kaufman, which started airing on March 5, 2018, showcasing his new venture with ArcLight. In September 2015, Kaufman took part in the Speed Energy Formula Off-Road Stadium Super Truck Series, driving a Toyo Tires-sponsored truck at the Sandsport Super Show in Costa Mesa, California. He participated in 2 rounds over the weekend, finishing 5th in both of his heat races, and then placed 10th and 8th in the feature races. Kaufman faced some challenges during the races, including one moment where his truck partially went over a K-rail. After the race, his fellow driver Robbie Gordon humorously remarked that it was some of the best, worst driving he had ever seen from the Toyo Tires driver. Outside of the workshop, racing has always held a special place in his heart, especially the famous Pikes Peak International Hill Climb event, which he first took part in when he was still closely linked to the GMG brand, driving a heavily modified 63 Falcon up the challenging mountain roads. It was a test like no other, but he managed to hold his own against experienced competitors, proving that the spirit of a true racer was alive and well within him. Over the years, he continued to compete in various events, which were featured in multiple shows, including the Stadium Super Truck Series, showcasing his versatility and skills on the track. Whether it's asphalt or dirt, it doesn't matter. He loves the excitement of competition and pushing the limits of both machine and man whenever he gets the chance. He made a strong comeback at PPIHC with the powerful 49 Ford F1, affectionately known as Old Smoky, which confirmed his position as a serious competitor in the motorsport community, beyond just being the guy who builds cool stuff with TV cameras around. He also acts as a brand ambassador for MagnaFlow exhaust systems, a company whose products are often prominently featured in many builds from the past, present, and future, ensuring he remains connected to the forefront of industry innovation and technological advancements that happen daily around the world. Starting from humble beginnings as a teenage Jeep Cherokee owner, he has evolved into one of the most respected figures in the entire automotive world today. His journey is nothing short of remarkable, filled with countless memorable moments that have helped shape and define a legacy that continues to grow stronger with each passing day. One of my favorite possessions is a garage filled with unique custom-built machines, but the most special one is my beloved short bed, 68 Phone 100. This truck represents the very first steps I took toward becoming a real gearhead many years ago. Since then, I've collected a diverse range of makes and models, from classic American muscle cars to European exotics and Japanese imports. I've even tried my hand at modern supercars like the twin-turbo Ferrari F12, which was created in partnership with Life Motorsport and Sierra Cars. These collaborators work closely with me, frequently testing and developing advanced technologies that aim to improve the overall driving experience. Car enthusiasts everywhere benefit, both directly and indirectly, from the ongoing research and development projects I carry out for my clients and customers worldwide. Aaron is currently known as the owner of ArcLight Fabrication, a company located in Dallas. His business mainly ships parts for the Ford F100 truck. Before this, Aaron worked as one of the top mechanics at Gas Monkey Garage. Being connected to Richard Rawlings' company opened the door for Kaufman to appear on television. The team traveled across the country looking for classic cars to restore. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and also click the next video shown on your screen.